Hello everybody in the French cooking group. I just want to let you guys know I really enjoyed being in the group. Thank you very much for having me there. I've learned a lot from all of you guys. So greetings from Alberta, Canada. I wanted to show you guys something in this video that I don't think people really know that much. It's an ingredient that I've discovered last year. I think it tastes delicious. It is not a part of classic French cooking, but it really ought to be because it has a very high-end French taste to it, and it tastes actually a lot like Christmas baking. So I want to introduce you guys to it because I think now is a good time of the year to use it. So it is a bean from Brazil called the Tonka bean. I have them in this little jar here. I'm going to take one out and show you. It's this little black bean like that, okay? And sometimes they're a bit longer than this, all right? And it smells like vanilla, clove, and cherry together, okay? And I've actually, every recipe that I have that calls for vanilla, I've stopped using vanilla. I completely swap it out with this. So I'll show you how I use this. It's absolutely delicious. If you can get your hands on it, please do. I don't know if it's legal in France. It's actually illegal in the United States. In Canada, for me here, it's perfectly legal, and that's how I got my hands on it. They sell it in the stores here. And like I said, it grows in the Amazon in Brazil. And this, actually, the reason why it's illegal in the United States is that this, taken in high quantities, will thin your blood. This is actually the natural blood thinner that they used to use for making prescription blood thinners like Coumadin and warfarin. Coumadin, I'm pretty sure, comes from this. And now they make that synthetically. They don't use natural substance anymore, but this is how it all came. So if you have a lot of this, it'll thin your blood, which is why they made it illegal in the United States. You would have to eat a lot of it. I can't imagine anyone that would want to eat that much of it because a little of this goes a long way. So I'll show you how to use it. You can do 3 different things with it. This is what I do. I either grate it with a microplane, and I don't have my microplane with me here, so I can't show you, but basically just grate it on a plane, and you'll end up with little shavings of this bean. It's hard like a nut, so you'll get little shavings, almost like if you were to take an almond to a microplane. And that's delicious in coffee. That's how I used to almost exclusively use it, is just putting in my baking like that. Just shave it into the recipe. But I've learned 2 different things I do with it now. So anyways, that's the #1 easiest way you can use it. And they keep for a very long time. I'll just keep them in a glass jar. Now, 2 other ways that I use it is I'll put it in a mortar pestle and crush a couple beans and then just put in a jar of sugar. And the sugar will take on that taste. And this is wonderful to put into your tea, your coffee, bake your Christmas cookies with it, that kind of thing. It'll have that wonderful taste. And this also makes it a lot cheaper because sugar is cheap and you only have to use a few beans for it. And then the 3rd way that I use it is I actually make a Tonka extract. So I break up a couple beans and I put them in a jar with vodka. It's the same way as making your own vanilla extract. So you just leave it in there for months and months and months. I just started this one at the end of November, and you can see it's still clear. You can see me through it. When it's properly ready, it's almost black. So it takes about 6 months for that process to happen, and I just kind of give it a shake every week or so. This is my last batch of Tonka extract. You can see it's quite dark, and I'm running out. That's why I started making some new stuff. But anyway, so I use this instead of vanilla. The vanilla I don't use anymore. I use this pretty much all the time because it just gives it a much more enhanced, deeper flavor, and then incorporates that cherry and clove kind of taste to it. I think that's delicious. I want you guys to try it out. Let me know what you think if you can find this stuff. If you can't find it, go to some Canadian online retailers and I bet you they'll sell it to you. But it's fantastic and I highly recommend it. And then, oh, I got some on my hands here. Then just don't tell anybody that that's what you use, because everybody who asks me about my baking says, how come it tastes that way? What are you doing? I tell them I use vanilla. I just don't want them to end up with stuff as good as mine is. So I never told them about this Tonka thing. So keep it top secret to all your friends. Don't let them know, and they will be so impressed with your baking.